Hey guys, so we are back. We're gonna go ahead and do episodes 3 and 4 of Love is Blind. We're gonna go and do that 3 and 4. So if you haven't seen 1 and 2, go watch out 1 and 2. But this is 3 and 4. Or you just over here just willy-nilly, share the video, okay? Let's get into it.
We keep it real. Expressing how we feel. Whoa. So come on in and sip some tea. Join the Kourtney family. We're about relationships and review. Making it fun just for you. Go with God, let God go with you. It's time for Kourtney and Eddie.
I always put God first. What's going on, co-ed camp folks? How y'all doing tonight? Welcome back to another video of Kourtney Eddie. I'm Eddie, aka E-Dub. This is my lovely wife.
Kourtney, also known as Coco.
This right here is Kourtney and Eddie. This channel is all about relationship, reviews, entertainment. It's all about our famous rants. And tonight, we're going to bring you part 2 of our Love is Blind, episode 3 and 4. And let's get into it right now. Take it away, baby.
So if you're brand new to this channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. We like to have fun over here. So let's go ahead and get into 3 and 4. So we started out with ending 2. We probably gave y'all a little bit more of 3 because Eddie didn't know what a breaking point was. But in 3, it started out with Taylor and JP meeting, and for the first time, and so you know they walking down the aisle.
Oh. You the one told me I gotta get the tip. Let me get the tip. Let me see the tip. I'll show you the tip. And that's part of 3.
The tip, the beginning of episode 3.
Okay then.
So, but I wasn't trying to put it in episode 2.
But you should have waited. Like I said, don't watch the tip of episode 3.
No, what are you talking about? I didn't make that in my notes.
No, but I'm talking about as we watching.
It ain't had nothing to do with what we watching. We just
okay.
Anyway, you just wanted to say that part. So let's move on. Look at you. So anyway, so they meet, and she seems to be like not impressed with his teeth. Now
she said it.
Yeah, she did say that. You know, I don't see nothing wrong with his teeth. They could be a little brighter, and you know, he got a little gap. You know, but it seems like he a country boy. You know, so I was just trying to see how their chemistry. Now he looks like he is just emphatic with her.
Yeah, the way he was kissing her so hard. Mother, damn, you gonna break her neck.
So yeah,
yeah, but like you point out, you seem like he's kind of awkward when it comes to being you know, what you call it?
But socially,
socially awkward. Yeah,
because she was saying that he don't seem to be as talkative and stuff. But she did say in the pod there were some quiet moments.
Right.
So I guess he's just giving her what was in the pod. So let's move on. So they seem to like each other and all that stuff, whatever. So let's move on to Stacy. So she is going to see her man Izzy, and she got a poem, honey. It's real corny, but it's her poem.
Well, Izzy, you gonna be busy with me in the fizzy. In the dizzy. Ooh, so
you make me dizzy.
So corny.
And I can't get enough of your... Never mind.
She didn't do all that.
No, she did, but I just was... Anyway, so Izzy said that Johnny was like his top, like, you know, was he really truly was up there with Johnny, but then he started falling for Stacy. So it seems as though they're both on a date and they talking, Stacy as well as Izzy. They talking about their insecurities. They both seem like they both have insecurities. They have abandonment issues. So let's move on to Aaliyah and Uche. So they are on a date. So she likes the fact that you know, she liked to grab the little fat on the elbows. And I knew what she was talking about right there. The little fat. Let me see yours.
I don't have no fat.
No, put your elbow in. Make your arm straight. You got the fat. Oh, you got the fat.
No, I don't.
Make your elbow straight, baby.
I ain't got no fat.
Okay, let me see for myself.
That's okay.
Let me see.
Why?
Let me see your doggone elbow. Yes. Ooh, it's a lot. A lot of little fat. Anyway. So he named what it was or whatever. So it just sound weird. But anyway, so she was just letting him know her, her little quirks and stuff. So she said that she liked to eat Splendor packs and honey. Weird. Even touching the elbow and the fat is weird. He seems that he is very OCD, and stuff like that. He just like things in order. So Milton and Lydia, which to me don't have no connection, but we gonna see. They on a date, and Lydia, she really truly trying to get him to come over on this side. She said that I noticed that she can't be still. Now I don't know if that's just something that she moved. She was on that little thing. She moved.
Maybe it's a Puerto Rican thing.
Maybe, yeah. So she Puerto Rican. If y'all didn't know that. So his biggest trauma, because the question was actually biggest trauma. He said he started talking about his spine.
Yeah, some kind of spine condition back in the day. Yeah, now he's a tall guy. I don't know how tall he is, but he's real tall. I think that the height that has a lot to do with spine disorder.
Mm-hmm.
And he was telling Lydia that, he said, "Don't be honest with you, Lydia, me being as tall as I am, I don't see me having a long life." He goes, "Lydia, oh, don't say that. Don't say that. I will be with you for as long as it takes." I said, "Oh, she's so corny. So corny. Don't say that. I'm right here by your side."
Yeah.
She got kicked to the curb by Izzy. Now she's doing too much now.
Now she is. She's trying to get somebody. I'm leaving this show with a man. So yeah, he did say all that and stuff. So yeah. So Izzy and Johnny are talking. So she said that she's concerned that where they are. She wanted to talk to Izzy. She wanted to talk and see where his head was. She concerned where they are. He tells her the difference between her and the other girl. Now that's something I don't want to hear. You ain't finna tell me no difference between me and the other girl you connected to. I don't want to hear that.
And maybe he did it on purpose so to run her off.
So he was saying that the other girls, let's see.
The other girl,
oh yeah, he said the other girl knows him well.
Yeah, she knows me real good. She knows me so well. She can cook. She can fish. She can climb poles.
She can do
all that. You can't do that, can you, John? No, I can't do. That's why I'm choosing her. Basically, that's what he was saying.
So, yeah, he was saying that the other girl knows me well. Like she just kind of like we get each other. And he was like, so she go. I had the same thing with Chris.
No, I said, don't you dare bring Chris' name up. Don't you dare do that. You the one kick Chris to the curb. He the one show you compassion. He the one that shows you love. And now you're going to bring his name up because you box in the corner? No, dog. You don't know. You don't have that right.
At all.
You don't have that right.
At all.
And going, I had the same thing with Chris. No.
Mm-hmm.
You did. But you the one chose to throw it away.
Yeah. So.
Made me mad.
And who vested? He vested too. He was talking about me. He vested too.
I ain't gonna lie. Third episode, I did got a little invested. I did.
So she said she had the same thing with Chris. Chris was her normal. That's what she used to. The guy to make her feel safe. The guy that's the security, all that stuff, whatever.
That's what a woman wants. She wants her man to make her feel safe and secure. So what you want to do?
She said she wanted somebody outside the box. He said at this point it just don't make sense for him, and he's ending things with her.
And she walking out crying. I said, "Why you crying? You ain't got no right to cry. No, over here. Now that's what you did to Chris. No, dog. No." Mm-mm.
So Johnny is talking to the girls, and she said that she was telling them she's going home. She said that they was like, "You leaving?" She said, "Yeah, I'm going home."
And I'm mad at the girls too.
Why?
Because is Chris still like you? Go try Chris again. I said, don't give her that idea. Don't give her that idea.
Yep.
Let her go home.
And when she found out, because Izzy did tell her that Chris was distraught, he was broken, he was crying, and she like, she said, "Dang, he really did care about me because he was over here crying about me." Yes, numbnuts. He was crying. He did care about you, man. But no, you want the bad boy. You want to step with the big dogs. No, stay in your safe lane, man. Made me mad. So Izzy and Stacey, they on a date. He excited. He come in with all them pretty white teeth, and he was excited. But they talked about love, and he was like, "Where are you with the L word?" And she said, "What, baby?"
Well, I've been thinking about it, but it's hard for me to say the L word basically because I usually said it back in the day. So now when he heard that, he started thinking, "Dang, she don't want to open up and say she loved people. Did I screw up? But he gave her a chance."
Yeah. And so Chris is going to talk to Johnny. He telling the guys, I'm going there and talk to him. And Izzy was looking crazy.
I was mad too. I said, "Man, don't be waste your time talking to Johnny. Don't. Cause you gonna get in there, she gonna try to reel you back in."
Yep.
Made me mad.
So
Church say that. Made me mad.
so they on their date, and so she was just saying, she got in her head, she got in her own way. She used to choosing guys that's emotionally unavailable.
Oh, the gaslighting that's going on with this chick, man.
She said she is repeating a pattern. So, that's what it was with Izzy. It was a pattern.
Oh,
she said, you is safe. You is my safe choice. And
yeah, he's your safe choice, and apparently he's your second choice.
Mm-hmm. That's good, baby.
So
I
don't know about myself.
So she said that that she was a safe choice, and she wasn't excited about it because that's what she was normally used to.
And she's still screwing up.
Yes.
I said, you gonna tell this man he's not excited. Basically telling Chris that he's boring.
Yeah. And he was like, I don't want nobody to be with me that don't find me exciting.
I said, what's wrong with this chick, man?
Ooh, that's what your mama said.
Yeah, now I see why your mom said that. Shoot, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. God, made me mad.
He said that he wants to be with her and he's ready for an engagement, but he needs some time.
He said, you know what, Johnny be bad. You know what? I'm gonna be selfish. I'm choosing me.
He didn't say that.
He did say
not yet.
Oh,
not yet. Look over here. Stop moving too fast. Look over here. Sometime. Look over here and see the next thing on here.
I'm like Lily.
Golly.
I'm like Lily. I got nervous.
All over the place. So Izzy goes back to the men's, quarters and everything. The men's that I said is Z. That the men's, honey, from the South. Let it slide. And don't you come over here correcting me. I know I said what I said.
It's not men's, MENS. It's men. Yeah,
I said MENZ. The men's all pause when you're walking to the
men
room.
all pause.
Okay. So anyway, they head on back to the men's quarters. And so Izzy is Chris and Izzy have a conversation. And Izzy was like, listen, Chris was like, listen, man, tell me the deets. Like, what is it about her, or what did she tell you? And Izzy told him what?
Yeah, Izzy said, you know what? She said she liked you, but you were the safe choice because she's so used to dating guys safe like you. And so that's why she wanted to think outside the box. And Chris said, what? Yeah. She told me something the opposite. And Izzy said, what you mean? What she told you? And Chris said, she told me she so used to dating guys that's emotionally unavailable, and that's why she didn't you wasn't a good pick for her. And Izzy said, no, she didn't tell me that. And Chris said, yeah, she told me she didn't tell me that either. And they said, so she lied to both of us.
Yep, she is the problem. She the problem.
Basically, she lied to both of y'all, man. I'm like, golly, this woman is straight up gaslighting these dudes, man.
Yep. So the next thing you got Uche and Aaliyah. It seems like he gave her a journal, wrote poems in it and stuff like that. So she was just expressing herself that she's scared. But he let her know, listen, before you go any further, I got something to tell you.
I said, okay, I knew. I said, I told you.
You felt like someone was.
Yeah, I told you they weren't good. I told you, I'm happy. They the best couple. Ooh, I love them. ooh, ooh, ooh. I said, no, baby, it ain't gonna work
I
that
ain't
way.
do all that. I promise you I did. At all. I did. Ooh, ooh, ooh. No, I did. No.
And he
So
said,
only thing I did was just smile, and then I said I do like them. I like them as a couple. So yes, every time I see them, I smile.
you were clapping on my bus with eardrums and everything.
That was when we was filming yesterday when I clapped like that and I almost bust your eardrum.
No, I was downstairs.
No, I wasn't even close to you, dude. You was on one end, I was on the other end. Gee, on the couch. No, you lying and stuff. Just stop lying. So anyway, so he said he got something to tell her, and so she was, anticipating. She was
Anticipated. She was anticipated, but she was pissed at the same time.
So he said, listen, one of the girls that are here, I've dated previously and in the past, and he said it was Lydia. Lydia is your best friend, girl.
And that right there made it worse.
Yeah, it
if
did.
he had said any other woman, I think she would have been, she would have been all right.
Yeah.
But this is the same woman you hugging up against. Y'all calling each other BBFs. BBFs.
You might well say MFers or something. Gee, BBFers. And it ain't BBFers. It's BFFs. So when you get on me, it happens to you.
All right, go ahead.
And so anyway, so they showed the thing. They showed us a clip on how when what's the name, when Uche and Lydia met, and so they showed us a clip of when they met in the pod. Now, what's funny to me is that he never recognized your voice,
Right?
But she immediately recognized his voice, which let me know that she was into him a whole lot, that he was into her, because like if she was like, wait a minute, I know that voice, and then she called his whole name, and he was like, how you know me? And then she said, you don't know my voice? He was like, mm-mm.
Yeah,
so she had to tell him her name, and he was like, oh my gosh, oh wow, so she was like, could this be fate? You know what I'm saying? The universe bringing us together.
You can tell she was still trying to chase him down.
Oh yeah.
And he wasn't having it. You know what I'm saying? He said, no, I don't think that's a good idea, because it would kind of ruin the experiment. So I think because we know each other already, so the experiment is not going to be,
authentic.
Right. So he said, no, we need to just kind of like pause and just kind of chill and go our separate ways.
Yep. So it seems as though, he said that, so that was basically what they showed us in the pod. There was an unedited version. So now he was telling Aaliyah, he said, yeah, they dated a few months. He ended it. It hurt him because she is such a good girl and she deserves better, but it just was no chemistry. Well, Aaliyah was in her feelings and she leaves out crying because for some reason her and Lydia have formed a bond, like, a best friend bond, because I know you've been in these quarters with these ladies for a while, so you probably will connect with some of the ladies, but the way her and Lydia is like they was born together, honey. They curl up on the couch together, like
production put that together. Don't you?
You think so?
Yeah, production put that together. They knew what was gonna happen, so they kind of like, okay, gonna get y'all together. Y'all gonna be BF, y'all gonna be best friends, and y'all gonna be always showing them on the camera together. And so when the bomb was dropped, we need all that raw emotion from you.
Well, they got it. So she leaves out crying and she comes back, but she said, Lydia is like a sister to her. You know what I'm saying? She wants her to be the auntie to her children and all that stuff. So she asked, did he love her? And he said no, he was not in love with her. And he was like, well, she got a connection with Milton. And he said, well, I'm going to be honest, and don't you tell her, I don't think Milton is ready to get engaged right now,
Yeah. I don't know. I think, because when, I wanted to do, he said that to kind of throw salt and a wrench in Milton and Lydia's relationship?
I don't know, because Milton wasn't ready. You see how he paused, wait, pause, wait. I don't think he was ready. He's 24 years old. You know what
Why
I'm
get
saying?
on the show
I
then?
know.
If you're 24 years old, you still got a long life to live, and you're still young, and you're not sure if you're ready to get married, why even get on the show?
I know. Izzy and Stacy, you know, they connect. You know, he asked to marry her. She said yes. So Stacy come back into the ladies' lounge, and they probably ain't the ladies' lounge, but where the ladies,
Living quarters.
yeah. She came back in, and she was telling the ladies, because when they come
I'm
in,
engaged. And they pan the camera over to Johnny's face. She looking all sad and mopey. Hey, you did it to yourself, man.
she said, "I'm a fiance now." And so Johnny, looking crazy, but she said, "Oh, I'm happy for you. Wish you well." But then she tell the other girl, Johnny said, Izzy had bad credit. And you didn't get that part?
Yeah, I heard that part. I said, where'd she get that from, man?
She said he told her that. She
So,
said
what?
he told me he had bad credit, and that he had just leased the place he in now.
But the point, he ain't got his stuff together yet. But you was willing to marry the man with the bad credit.
Yep.
So what that tells me about you?
What she's trying to do is convince herself
that she made the right choice.
Yeah.
Leaving Israel alone. Yeah.
Yeah. And so then she started saying, and Chris this and Chris that, and he emotionally available and stuff. So she's trying to convince herself. And so anyway, so let's move on to Chris and Johnny. They're going on a date because, of course, she want to kind of get her foot back in the door and get with Chris on his good side.
Well, little did Johnny know that Chris was handed some valuable information from Izzy.
Yep.
So she didn't know that.
Yep.
So Chris came in there prepared.
Yep. She said that she could see herself together. She could see us, you come home from work and I kiss you and stuff like that, and we hug on each other. I could see myself loving you. I apologize for what had went down earlier, but I was just in a bad headspace. I wasn't in my right mind. I chose wrong, but I choose you and stuff. So he said, well, I want to be with you. I really do.
Before you go any further, I said, I hate if Chris get back with her. I'm not gonna like Chris because he got back with her. And you brought up a good point. You said you didn't say nothing about the last season when old girl got with old boy. I said, yeah, and they still together, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I said, yeah, that's a good point.
So Chris and so he said that he wanted to be with you. He wanted to be with her. He said that I can see you as being my wife and all that stuff. And so but he said in this instant I'm gonna be what?
At first he said, you know what? I thought I would find my wife here.
Yeah.
And that's right there gave me a hint. So he gonna dump her.
Because that when she was like,
she held her head down when he said that. Then he said, but I'm gonna be selfish this time. I gotta choose me. Then she rubbed her leg. Okay. And Chris got up and walked out vindicated. I said, that's right, Chris. That's right. It. Leave her in that pod by herself. Grab that book. That's what I'm talking about.
He dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
So in the next one, you got Aaliyah is telling Lydia, listen, I know they hugged, they cried. Lydia always crying, child. She tells her, I know. So Lydia explains how they met, and
at first it started off good.
Yeah, it did. She was just saying how they met. They met when it was 2020. It seems as though he was there for her a lot. She was going through some things, trying to, get herself together, and he was there as a emotional support for her, and she appreciated that. Aaliyah said that she wants to trust him. She is afraid. She's afraid to trust somebody because she don't want to get hurt again. And she said, and I want to know about where y'all are. She's like, oh, we not there no more. I don't have no feelings for him like that or whatever. She said, because I don't want to be the one looking over my shoulder because I know you'll be around as a friend. And she said, oh, girl, you don't have to worry about that. No, honey, I'll be with Milton. You can be with, no, y'all, that's why he saw so much of you, because y'all are alike. Y'all have a lot of Lydia and Aaliyah. Mm. She said, Lydia said, you're so much like me. That's why he chose you. It's a lot of stuff, similarities. So he chose you. You're a good girl. He chose the right one.
And Lydia said, I'm going to just look at Uche as, what's her name? Alexa?
Aaliyah.
I'm gonna look at Uche at Aaliyah's husband. That's all
Right.
I'm gonna look at Uche.
Yep.
And but that's okay. She okay. That's okay. Maybe they can work things out.
Right.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
Then Aaliyah, she started going deeper and deeper. Yeah, he got money. He drives this. I know his dog. I've been around his friends. And Aaliyah doesn't want to hear all that, which I don't blame her. I don't want to hear all that. You know what I'm saying? The past is the past. You don't have to bring this up to me. You know what I'm saying?
And then she said, what?
What?
What she said? That was the real shock.
Oh yeah. We just had sex 3 months ago. 3 months. That's why I say 3 months. 3 months. And now I really think that was the final nail in the coffin.
Oh yeah, it was.
For Aaliyah.
Because in Aaliyah's confession, she was crying. She was like, I don't want to, like you were saying, I don't want to hear this. Now, to me, if it would have been any of those other girls, you know what I'm saying, just say it was Stacey or Johnny, he found whatever, and they had sex with, I don't think none of that would have bothered her because that's your past. Right. I don't know that girl,
Plus, they don't have no connections with one another.
But you ended up bonding with, because she was like, I'm up here bonding with your ex. Like, I'm around your ex. Right. So it makes it hard. And I get it. But let me tell you something, Aaliyah. Girl, you came on the show to find a man, not a friend. So it'd be plenty of friends, honey, but you cannot choose.
Yeah, but she didn't know.
What? She definitely didn't know. But what I'm saying, her choice should be based off, I'm trying to find a man, not a friend. Yeah, so but push Lydia to the side.
But could you, after Lydia told you what she told you, could you actually push her to the side? Because apparently, when they showed the clip between Lydia and Uche at the beginning, I can tell Lydia still has some feelings for Uche.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So can you really trust that one? So maybe it's a good thing that Aaliyah kind of ran her mouth to give Aaliyah some kind of heads up. Like, okay, all right, you know a lot. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I do need to watch my back with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, man, y'all just had sex 3 months ago? You can't tell me 3 months?
Yeah. So Uche and her come back in, and so she told him what he, said, but she did say that y'all was just thinking about, when y'all met in the past this time, y'all thinking about coming back together again. He said, no, that's a lie. You know what I'm saying?
Which Uche is correct. Yeah. That was a lie. Uche was right. That was a lie. Yeah. He didn't think that. Lydia thought that.
Yeah. Lydia said that. Could this be fate? Ooh, maybe we need,
Because she asked us, you want to go ahead and try to continue on? She asked him in the pod.
Yeah. And then she said, and then she said, y'all just had sex 3 months ago. I was trying to see if they were going to be a lie, but he didn't refute that. No. So he was like, yes, that's the past, and stuff like that. So she said, listen, I'm scared. How I know that you ain't going to hurt me, and, how I know that you really truly want me. He said, I do. Like, I want you to be my girl, my wife. I want to spend the rest of my life with you, whatever. So let's move on to Milton and Lydia. So here she come telling Milton, honey, you wasn't even finna tell that man if it wasn't for all this other stuff that done broke out.
And what's so crazy about it, Milton and Uche talk a lot in the men quarters, you know what I'm saying? So she told Milton that, my ex is here, and Milton like, man. Now Milton did say if she was told him that earlier, he would have stopped, talking to her. Yeah. But since it's so late in the game, he kind of like, okay.
He said, I'm falling for you, and I can't believe it. So he was like, give me 5 minutes, and she go crying, and she going to crying.
I said, why are you crying, Lydia? Why? A titty.
She's such. I can understand why men push her back, because if this is what she do, to me, a woman, you can cry with your girlfriends, but this crying with men and all that stuff like that, how she went in with Milton, he broke my heart. And I could see Uche being like, okay, she a little too emotional, for me, like she all over the place. And so anyway, so she up there crying to Stacey, and Stacey trying to go, girl, you bigger than this, you get yourself together, girl, you could do this, da. And she did good for a minute, start back crying again, did good for a minute, start back crying again. I was like, girl, you just too much, honey, even for a friend. So they come back and they talk, and
don't forget, Milton cried too.
Oh yeah, he did.
I said, why are y'all crying, man?
They ended up really falling in love with these people. So
how?
Baby, we don't see it. You fell in love with me with
But it
those
took a
short
while,
period of
man.
time.
No, it wasn't no 2 weeks.
I don't know how long these folks in here.
Man,
And the reason we fell in love so fast is because we spent a lot of time together and we conversed a whole lot. And I can say that for them, that from what it seemed like, they be in them parties with them people all day.
but they talk to different people though.
They
not,
do, but I don't
okay.
think once they find a connection, they don't really talk to the other
I
people like
still
that.
don't see how that happens.
But anyway, so they come back. She explained the story. They met in 2020. You know, she said that if they met in 2020, they was friends. I don't know how they started dating, but she said, and she broke up with him 3 months ago. Lydia is a liar. Lydia the liar. So she broke up with him 3 months ago.
She didn't tell Milton that she slept with
Yep.
Uche 3 months ago.
Uche. Mhm.
Uche.
Yep, she didn't say that.
Yeah.
So
she didn't tell him that. Uche.
So he did say if he would have known sooner, this would have never happened. But anyway, so he said that, you know, one thing about this process, it made him realize that he does have work to do on his self. So Izzy and Stacey meet, and Izzy is blown away with Stacey, honey. She is gorgeous, child. Feeling on the leg, feeling on the leg, feeling on the half, everything.
Have a twirl around a little bit.
No, he said, "Oh, I want to see y'all. Oh, I can get over here." She get back in the aisle. Let me twirl.
Twirl. Go ahead, Stacey.
Yeah, so I think they look good together.
They are a good looking couple.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah,
I think Izzy made the right choice to get with Stacey.
I said that Stacey would be a better choice for him.
Yeah, because
I don't
Stacey
know.
to me is more reserved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To me, she's saying like she's more level-headed.
Yeah. So I think that yeah, he made the right choice, and they just look good together. So yeah, they are infatuated with each other.
Yeah,
so,
they look good together, even though Izzy got bad credit.
I know that's right.
He's gonna be going to the car dealership or buy him, pay his gun.
So Milton and Lydia come back down the date. He said, you know, I want to know, is my age going to be a issue? Of course not with her, because she's just looking for a man to marry her. And so
as long as that man is over 18, she don't care.
Okay, she probably took somebody that was under the age.
You went there?
You see how needy she is? Yes. You just want a man. I want a man, any man, honey. I just take a man, man. So anyway, so she said that she is excited to be with him.
Sugar daddy. Oh, she been better off.
After all the contemplating that Milton did, after all the contemplating in his head, you could tell he wasn't sure. Even Uche said he's not sure. He don't think that he ready to get engaged. All this stuff, all that. They showed us him going back and forth, asking her questions, this and that and that and this. So he decides to get on one knee. I was like, get your butt up. Took you forever to get down there.
You gotta get off that knee before I pull you by your hair.
So of course she say, what?
Yeah.
Would you be my Puerto Rican wife?
Yeah. She ran around the pod. She's so extra.
She is.
And she running and the women. I'm engaged, y'all. And women, yeah, you can hear them in the background. Yeah. Oh.
So extra.
Typical women.
So not typical. So Uche is waiting on Aaliyah because he was like, this the day I'm finna ask her to marry me. I'm finna go in this part, you know, whatever. So
Aaliyah said, I'm gonna pull a real Aaliyah. I'm going back, forth.
So Aaliyah never showed up. So he was like, hello, are you there? Are you there? And the producer had to say, you know, that she pretty much bagged out. She decided to end the process.
Yeah.
The experiment.
Yeah, experiment. Uche like walked back into the men's quarters and said, you know, everybody looking at Uche when he walked in. He just said, she's gone. She left. She's gone. Wow.
But later on, we're going to see that they are, you know, going to sit down and talk and stuff like that or whatever.
She just dipped, man.
Yeah.
She threw down the ninja ball and poof, and disappeared.
One thing about it is...
She's got ghosts, man. She disappeared like Houdini.
Come on, baby, because I got stuff to do. So one thing about it is that...
Don't you ever stop me in mid-joke.
Yeah. So anyway, one thing about it, I feel... Because she keeps saying she got trust issues. But when a person cheat on somebody, they feel like they're going to get that back.
Bingo. I'm glad you brought that up. It's always going in the back of your head. If I can do it, they're going to do it to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially since she found out Uche and Aaliyah had sex 3 months ago. That stuck in the back of her head too.
Mm-hmm.
So all that with Uche and Aaliyah and what she did when she cheated on her man and feel like it's gonna be a payback to her for cheating. All that had a role in her decision of leaving.
Yeah, it did. Because if you look at the fact too, is that, she told him, I ain't going nowhere, we're gonna work this out. We done be, so we're gonna work it out, we're gonna work it out, we're gonna work it out.
Even after she found out that he slept with Lydia 3 months ago.
That was pretty much their last conversation. That's why he felt so confident to say, okay, I want to ask to marry. But she just like, oh, I want to get her, I want to get her, I want to get her. And she keep crying about it. Mm-hmm. And so she has that trust issue. Because I'm saying, I understand you don't want to trust nobody right up, you know what I'm saying? But if you build a repertoire with people, you're going to trust them to a certain degree, but not allow that trust to run you away from them. So yeah, I think that the trust issue is just her.
Basically, Aaliyah still has some baggage.
Yeah.
She still needs some healing. She still has some issues because not what somebody did to her, because what she did to somebody else, and she feel like it's going to be payback on her for doing that. And most choose how they feel. And
especially if she never went back and right her wrong. Like she didn't go back and confess, which she need to. He probably know now. Yeah. But she needs to tell that man that she cheated.
And that's the thing with that, because she never told him. Now she gonna be always the back of her head if she got with Uche. Did he cheat?
And did he not tell her?
Yeah, exactly. Because I didn't tell my ex, he might not even tell me if he did. So that's always gonna be the back of her head, which will put a strain on a relationship.
Yeah. And if you and Uche come together, Lydia is no longer a friend of mine. Girl, you can't be my auntie, sure, nothing like that, because she gonna always be thinking, is they, because she said, I don't want to look over my shoulder, is they, she sure is touching. And Lydia look like the kind that look like she'll be touching him too long, honey. You so funny. When we was together, I knew you was that funny.
Like, not just Aaliyah needs to worry about that. Milton needs to worry about that too. He needs to worry about that also, because I don't know if Milton is jealous like that. I don't know if Milton insecure like that. But dealing with dealing with Lydia, you're right. She might get back with Uche and be a little touchy feely with Uche.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because she still hasn't told Milton that her and Uche slept together 3 months ago. Now, when Milton finds that out, how is Milton going to feel?
Yeah, if he ever find that out, because
apparently he probably look at the show.
Oh yeah, but we seen them go all the way in the clips. You know what I'm saying? We seen them, so it's just sticky, honey. But I'm here for it. All right.
Now, yeah, you're right. The last episode 3 and 4 was good. Episode 1, 2,
it's time to get to know each other and stuff.
They can skip that part.
All right. On that note, you guys, that's all we got. We will see you guys on the next.
It's on the 29th.
It was just on a Friday. We got stuff to do that weekend, so hopefully we'll get it out by Monday or something like that once we watch it. So we'll see you guys on the next video. Don't forget to go with God and let God go with you.
Let's put God first.
Deuces.
Hey!